34 years ago, we were flat broke. We needed to learn money management, but we needed it to be three really important things: fast, free, and frugal.
If you don't know us, I'm Larry.
And I'm Hope.
And we're from Under the Median, where every week we bring you videos on practical frugality.
Over 3 decades ago, we were green, really green. We literally didn't even know what we didn't know. We didn't even know where to begin or what to ask. And yet we were able to plot a course of financial stability, even on a low income, and save money toward great big goals. So how did we do that? In this video, we'll talk about some free resources that we used back then and some free resources that are available today that you can tap into that will help you. With all of the resources we'll talk about, by the way, we're going to make sure that there are links to those resources in the video description.
And through these resources, we discovered the wonderful path to budgeting and money management that really saved us. We started off at the most obvious free place to go to, and that's the library.
Couple of tips when you're really searching for ideas and books and publications about money management at your library. Go online. All libraries, for the most part, have online resources available. Start there and search beginning with really broad terms and work your way down to more specific terms. Here's why I tell you to do that, because as you start with the broad terms, you'll see some ideas and some resources in there that are centered around sort of some subcategories that you would not generally have thought about exploring. For instance, when I went to our local library website, I pushed in budgeting, got almost 800 resources. And yet when I added just the word personal in front of budgeting, then that narrowed it down significantly for me. So try that and see if that works for you to find out exactly the resources you need and what you need to know.
Some other subcategories that we came up with after doing the major search would be money management, beginning investing, and economics. So as you drill down, you'll get fewer results, but you'll have resources that are more specific to your needs.
Just a reminder, your local library is about more than physical books. They have ebook versions available, audiobook versions. They would also have the availability to hook you up with online articles. We have found that to be particularly helpful in our research to really dig down and learn more about money management.
There are also some other free resources that you can check out. In your community, there's probably going to be some different seminars that are held that are public and that are free. Of course, our library has many of these where people come in on a Sunday afternoon and they give a free seminar on various stages of money management. We also found some churches that had these seminars through Dave Ramsey. We were able to audit a class, which didn't cost us anything, to do a Dave Ramsey seminar. Of course, this was much later. We did that for the benefit of our sons who were also learning money management in high school.
When it comes to money management seminars, though, there are a lot more available than just Dave Ramsey. We took an entire 6-week course at a local church that was not Dave Ramsey. It actually had really, really good material, really interesting material that was available through that 6-week seminar, and it cost us, once again, absolutely nothing.
And of course, another resource that we didn't have when we were starting out would be YouTube. There's some really great resources that can help you get started in your journey to personal finance management.
Here's one that you may not have thought of. Check with your local bank or credit union. A lot of banks and credit unions have a series of either online classes or classes where you go meet in person to learn more about money management. Tell you what I thought about this. I just looked at our library website and saw the library was bringing in a representative from a bank to talk to teenagers. Yes, how cool is that? This month to talk to teenagers about money management, things like how to finance college, how to look at purchasing your first car, things like that. Really important things for teenagers to know. But did you know in the United States that April is set aside as Smart Money Month? It is. And that's why you need to be aware of information like that, because in the month of April, look around in your area and you're likely to find some opportunities to learn more about money for free.
Boy, I wish I had learned money management techniques when I was a teenager.
too.
I could have really used it. It would have saved us so much. Speaking of opportunities to learn more about money, there's a free event coming up on May 2nd, hosted by Creekmer Wealth Advisors.
And not only that, they are also our partner for this video. This is a really fun annual event that they host. It's called True Wealth Live. You can go in person or you can also attend online. They're going to stream it to the World Wide Web, guys, so you can actually be in the audience. Larry and I will be in the audience live on May 2nd. We would love to have you come and join us at the event. But if you can't be there in person, make sure that you sign up to be in the virtual audience. Now, what is this event all about? The topic for this year's event, so timely, guys. Don't let an economic storm wash away your retirement. Amen. The special speaker, by the way, is Robert Carey. He's the Chief Market Strategist at First Trust. Here's what Robert's going to talk with us about that night.
How to keep your finances right in a U.S. economy that was upended by the pandemic.
And why focusing on investment fundamentals, not feelings or fears, is most important. Larry and I attended this event last year, and we walked away feeling like not only did we have a better perspective on exactly what was happening, not only in the markets, but what was happening with our money, but we also walked away with a renewed sense of hope. The event, once again, is coming up on May the 2nd. There'll be a link all the way at the top of the description of this video so you can sign up once again to attend with Larry and I live at the event or to attend virtually. We hope that we see you there. Look for us in the audience, guys. And thanks, Creekmer Wealth, for sponsoring the video.
Now let's return to some more free ways in order to find out how to manage your money. One of them is a course online called Udemy.
Udemy is actually really well known for their paid courses, but what some people don't realize is that Udemy has an awful lot of free content. They have, for instance, a course in basic money management. It's 3 hours of instruction, and it looks to me like you're going to get all of the basics in that 3 hours.
The only downsides to the free presentations are that the quality might vary from speaker to speaker. So if you want more in-depth, maybe well-organized, put together programs, then I would suggest paying for what they offer on Udemy.
Actually, several of our sons have taken advantage of free course content on Udemy, and I know that at least 2 of our sons have purchased content, and I myself have purchased a course on Udemy. If you're unfamiliar with it, check it out because it's a really fun and interesting place to go poke around and see what they have available.
If you're interested in more on the economic end of things, there's a lot of free classes offered through universities. These are offered on an audit basis. So if you take the course, you're not going to get credit for it, but you're going to get the material that was taught in classes.
This is a great opportunity to hear some lectures by well-known economists who are teaching at major universities. And once again, all of the course content itself, absolutely free. You're not going to get college credit, guys, but you are going to be able to get the exact same content that you would get if you were sitting in the class with that professor.
edX has a whole page of courses available. We'll make sure that we have a link in the description of this video so you can go right to that site.
We actually used this next method of learning about money in 1988 when we were trying to get our stuff together, and that is radio. A man named Larry Burkett had just come out with a free 25-minute daily radio program that talked about money management from a biblical perspective. And I made sure that at 2:30 every day, I was taking my lunch break and I was sitting and I was listening to Larry Burkett and taking notes. Of course, the most well-known radio personality now is Dave Ramsey.
Yes.
I tell you what we're really liking a lot about Dave right now. I think Dave has deliberately, in the last half dozen years or so, sort of curated a really interesting set of co-hosts who are personalities through the Ramsey Corporation. And I really enjoy listening to some of those people who are on Dave Ramsey. Who's your favorite personality? Besides Dave, who is your favorite personality on the Ramsey Show?
Podcasts have been around for about a decade now, I think. And that all came about as a part of the Apple iPod. That's how they got started, where you can listen to recorded material on your own personal device, whether it's your phone or your computer. There's a lot of information out there. You can listen to that while you're on the go, while you're jogging, while you're driving. It's a wonderful way to get lots of good, solid money management information.
Dave Ramsey also has a podcast. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. He has a podcast in addition to the daily, I don't know, what is it, 2.5-hour radio program. There's a podcast available. Now, we are not, this is where we need your help, guys. We are not huge podcast people. And we'd love to know who you listen to when it comes to podcasts about money.
Now, we've mentioned this a little earlier in the video that a great source for money management that's free is YouTube. There are so many good channels out there with lots of good advice, like Dawn from Sensible Living with Money Mom, Homestead Tessie, and of course, Prepper Princess. We really enjoy her straightforward, no-nonsense approach. And also Kate Caden has just a delightful, friendly approach to how to live frugally.
What we really, really like about each of the channels that we just mentioned, despite the fact that these women have all kind of become our friends and fellow YouTubers over the years, is the fact that we noticed immediately when we started watching those YouTube channels was the fact that these are people who have actually used the tips they're giving. They're not just giving ideas off the cuff of, oh, you could do this and it might work. They've really actually been in the trenches and used all of these strategies that they're giving you. Here is our one caution when it comes to delving in and learning all you can about frugality. And that's the fact that it's a little bit like drinking from a fire hose.
It can be.
It's like you get inundated with all this information, all these ideas, and you're like, holy cow, what do I do first? Here is our best advice for you. Pick your top priorities and figure out 5 or 6 habits that you're going to introduce into your lifestyle in the next 30 days. After 30 days, you're going to reevaluate and see how those frugal habits helped you, and then come up with a new list of frugal habits for the next 30 days. That will keep you from becoming overwhelmed.
Yeah, it's really a process. It's not something you can just do and you have it all done. It's a work in progress. You'll find some things that'll work for you and some things that won't.
Having said that, we do have a list, our top 10 list of frugal habits. And if you'd like to take a look at that list and kind of evaluate whether those are some of the habits you want to institute in the next 30 days, the list, the video, right over there.